Hello, grade 2. Welcome to our new science session. Today we will complete Unit 9, Lesson 3. How does matter change? Let's get started. As we studied last time that we have three kinds or three states of matter, which are solids, liquids, and gases. The question here, can we change from one state to another? Can we change a solid to be a liquid, or a liquid to be a solid, a liquid to be a gas, or a gas to be a liquid? The answer is yes, we can change the states of matter. How can we change them? By changing the temperature. Do you remember what is the meaning of the word temperature? It means being hot or cold. Or we can say this in other words, by adding heat or taking away heat. So, how can we change the states of matter? By changing the temperature or by adding heat or taking away heat from one state. So, it will change to another one. How can we do this changing? The first change is called freezing. What is freezing? It means the change from a liquid to be solid. A liquid will be solid by freezing. How can we do this? Look at these cubes of ice. How did we form these cubes of ice? We put some liquid water and change it into solid, this ice. How did it change? To change a liquid into solid, we need to decrease the temperature or take away heat. When you put the liquid water inside the freezer, the temperature there is so low. So we decreased the temperature or take away heat from the liquid water, so it freezes or change it to be a solid. Again, freezing means changing a liquid to be solid. How can we do this? By decreasing temperature or taking away heat. Do you think while freezing the properties of the liquid will stay the same? Of course not. Freezing will change some properties of water because it changes from being liquid into solid. Ice, which is solid, like this one inside this bottle, has its own shape. What about the liquid water? It doesn't have shape. It takes the shape of the container. What else will change? Freezing makes water expand. What is the meaning of expand? It needs much space. When you put a completely filled bottle of water inside the freezer, it will explode. Why? Because the ice, when it forms, it needs much space than water. It doesn't have any space, so it gets out of the bottle. But if you left small space inside the bottle, when you put the liquid water inside it, when it turns to be solid or ice, it will have its space to expand. So again, what is freezing? Freezing is the change from being a liquid into a solid. How? By taking away heat or by decreasing temperature. Well, something changed when freezing happened. Yes, freezing will change some properties of water, as the ice, which is solid, has its own shape while the liquid water doesn't. Also, solid needs more space than liquid. Another change which is opposite to freezing is called melting. Melting will change the solid to be liquid. So we will move the solid ice back to be liquid water by melting. How does this happen? By adding heat or increasing the temperature. This makes the solid change to be a liquid. Like when you leave some cubes of ice out of the freezer, they will melt. They will change to be liquid water again. Why? Because they take some heat. They warm, so they change to be liquid. Like when you're eating an ice cream, if you left it for a long time, you will find that your ice cream melts. Another change is called evaporation. Do you remember evaporation? Evaporation happens to a liquid and it changes to be gas. Can you see this gas here? How does it happen? By adding enough heat. This liquid water has a lot of heat here from this stove, so it changes to be a gas, and this gas, of course, if you remember, is called water vapor. The liquid water will change to be a gas, which is called water vapor. Another change is called condensation. Condensation is the opposite of evaporation. A gas will change to be a liquid. You can see this clear on the lid of the pot because it is cold. When the water vapor hits this cold surface, tiny drops of water will be formed, so condensation happens. How can condensation happen? By taking away heat or even hitting a cold surface. The water vapor will change into tiny drops of water. Let's summarize the changes that happen to states of matter together. The first change is called freezing, and this happens when a liquid changes to be solid. The second one is melting, and it happens when a solid changes to be liquid. The third one is evaporation, which happens when a liquid changes to be gas. And the last one is called condensation, which happens when a gas changes back to be liquid. And don't forget that all of them happen because of changing the temperature. Thank you, grade 2. See you next time and goodbye.